What is up, everybody? It's Ryan here with On This Day in MMA. So, sure everybody's heard by now, right? I saw it first thing in the morning before I went to work that the Stipe Miocic John Jones fight is off, and now they're doing Sergey Pavlovich versus Tom Aspinall for the interim. Now they did say it was for the interim belt, which it's not. It's for the undisputed belt, okay? Because and I don't know if they even offered the fight to Stipe, because Pavlovich was the backup fighter, right? So that's how it should have played out. It's kind of crazy. Two fight cards in a row. The backup fighter kind of got screwed in this whole thing, but he's going to end up fighting a little bit later, so it's probably going to work out pretty good for him anyway. But if Stipe would have even accepted that, I know they haven't come out with that yet. If that fight was even offered to him, looking at it from the UFC standpoint, they said it was going to be an interim title, but when John is coming back, when he's ready to come back to fight again, I don't think he's going to want to fight the winner of that. He's not going to want to come back, and that's what the interim would be. If that's the interim champion, the true champion would come back and fight the winner of the interim belt. He wouldn't come back and just fight Stipe and say, well, actually now this is going to be for the true heavyweight championship. That's just, then this fight wouldn't even be an interim belt. It would be almost like a number one contender fight, So they have some things to work out here. The UFC does, One, I don't know if they offered to fight to Stipe. He might have turned it down and said, no, I'm not fighting either one of those two. I signed up to fight John, and that's who I'm going to fight. Or they might have just washed, just killed the whole thing. I'm sure that might come out. It might not. I don't know. I don't think Stipe does a whole lot of stuff on social media and all that. I don't know if he's real active with it or not, to be quite honest. But I'm sure that will eventually come out though. And then so this is going to be for the undisputed title, I would think. And I think maybe as it gets closer to this, the UFC might change its stance on that a little bit. They might come out, because you would not be able to do this as an interim and then do the John and Stipe fight a year from now or 9 months, 10 months from now or whatever, and have that be the undisputed title. Then what's the point of the interim then? John would have to come back and fight the winner of Pavlovich and Aspinall. He would have to fight the winner of that to be the true contender, the true heavyweight title. So I don't know. There's a lot of things going on there. I'm actually a little more excited, to be quite honest with you, that Aspinall and Pavlovich I think it's a way more interesting fight. Granted, hey, fair play to Stipe and John and all them. I think that would be a great fight, but there's nothing on the line. Both of them are probably going to retire after that fight. This is probably John's last fight. He probably told the UFC that. That's why they're kind of like a little bit stuck on what they kind of want to do and which direction they want to go in. So the UFC knew that. What's on the line? There's really nothing on the line. I mean, it'd be a good fight between two Hall of Fame guys, two just epic stars of the UFC for years, but it doesn't really mean much, it just doesn't really mean much. So these two monster fucking guys here, Aspinall and Sergey, that is going to be a great fight. I mean, that is just going to be an unbelievable fight. Sergey has put away his last 6 guys in the first round. That's just crazy in itself. The last 6 fights in the UFC have all ended within the first round. And Aspinall's no joke either. I think he's got the shortest fight time in all of the UFC. Shortest fight time, Tom Aspinall. And second is Sergey Pavlovich. So really, really interesting card. Definitely going to be looking forward to watching that one. And we'll go over some more things as it gets closer to that fight. And but again, like I said, I think this is 100% for the undisputed title. It's not for the interim. They might be saying right now it's for the interim. It's not for the interim. This is for the undisputed heavyweight title, hands down.